What's up, amigos? Welcome to Ink Builder. Today I'm going to be printing the films for the new Ink Builder teacher I'm going to be printing for Soda that he ordered a few days ago. That way I could test out my new luminous squeegees. But I'm also going to be comparing Illustrator and Photoshop. Which one prints darker films? As well, how to change your old ink from your Canon Pixma to a third-party one. Okay, amigos, so like I mentioned, we're going to be comparing Illustrator with Photoshop because a lot of people keep telling me that Photoshop prints darker films, and I actually printed one of my designs, the one I did your design here in Spanish. I printed that from Illustrator, and since I only printed from that file, I didn't even really pay attention to how dark it is. I realized it was darker than my old films I used to use before, but someone was telling me that Photoshop prints darker. So I decided to, you know what, let's make a video to actually compare it. So we're going to be doing that test while I print these films for the new Ink Builder t-shirt. So let's get started. Alright, amigos, so first we're going to print from Illustrator. And this is the file. And it's going to be two films. And this is going to be 11.5 inches. It's going to be the same width as this one. And first, as you can tell right here on the chicken, these registration marks, they're more higher than these ones. I only did that way I could align this one with the palette, but I'm not going to use this one like with this one, so yeah, I only did it for me. By the way, so let's switch this to black. And make sure it's 100% black. As you can tell, it's not, so you want 0 cyan, 0 magenta, 0 yellow, and 100% black. Click OK. On this one, just gonna double check. This and down. Now for the blue. Alright, so I finally switched it to black, and I'm going to print only one. I'm going to print the ink with Illustrator. Then I'm going to save this to PDF, and I'm going to open it in Photoshop and print it right there just to compare to see which one's darker, because people keep telling me that Photoshop prints darker films. And when I printed I said your design here, I didn't really notice that. I noticed it looked the same, but since I only printed from Illustrator and I didn't print from Photoshop, I didn't actually have it to compare. So this time we're going to compare it properly. So I'm going to print the ink, then we'll go to the Photoshop. And again, I'm going to show you guys how to change your ink cartridge because I'm running low on magenta and cyan. I'm actually waiting for it to actually run out completely because even though it says I'm low on ink, there's still some ink in there. Actually what I ended up doing was end up printing 3 transfers for this one. I was actually filming this earlier, and I was going to clean this in this video, but I was making a big, how do you say? I was confusing myself. Okay, time to print these. File, print. Onto one. There's the first one. I'm gonna lay this down. Okay, so again, I'll save this as a PDF. Just file save as. Save. Yes. So I should look for it. Is it this one? Let me check. Yeah, this one. Okay. So I'm gonna open this with Photoshop. Alright, so it's time to open this file. And remember that we'll open both of them at the same time, but since one of the films is sideways, I'm going to do it different. For example, I'm going to open this one first, because this one, the width is 17 and the height is 11. Open that one first. Go back. Two. Okay, there. So now it's time to actually print these. So I'm going to print this one again. And probably the reason, how do you say, Photoshop prints better, because this one does have your options to set the quality and the type of paper, unlike Illustrator. So right here I'm going to put photo printing, matte, high, paper size 11 by 17. Where are you at? Here it is. Borderless, yes, because I don't want cropping on there. And print. Oh! Forgot to load the paper. Okay. Ink is running low, view the ink details. Okay, I think now it is telling me to switch my ink. Come on. Okay, so I think it's time to switch the ink. So I'm gonna switch to black since it's not gonna use magenta on here. So let's go over here. Oh no, this is gonna print. Okay, so we're good. Bye bye. That's one difference you can tell. As you saw when I was printing from Illustrator, it printed real quick. It printed like it was printing like on regular paper. And this one is taking longer because I guess it is, how do you say it? Coating work in on the film. Oh, let me sit down. I'm tired. Okay, we're done. So let's compare this with the Illustrator. Okay, hopefully I get a better look. I don't know if you can tell. I could tell just by here because again, this is Illustrator. You could see lines going down like that. This is Illustrator. And this is Photoshop. Top one is Illustrator, bottom one is Photoshop again. Okay, so figure out that Photoshop does print darker films because again you have a better option. You have the option, the settings where you want for photo paper, the quality high, low. Illustrator again, you just file, print, print. You can't change the settings of the type of paper you're printing on. So let's do the print the second film, the second part of the film. So I'm gonna file print. Ink is running low. Yes, I know. I was gonna do a video. I was gonna include in this video how to switch your ink cartridges on your Canon with these third-party ones, but it's totally no, man. I was able to print 3 transfers and now these films. So the ink's totally no, man. Just because you see the little warning sign, don't change it right away. I mean, unless you're printing something important, but just use it to. It actually tells you into it. It will just keep printing until the printer doesn't allow you to actually print. Because right now it's telling me to, change my ink. The ink is running low, but it's not forcing me to change it. So let's finish this printing. Alright, amigos, so we're done printing the last film. There's only 2 films. Famous chicken. Okay, amigos, so finally we got the little warning. It says to change the black ink the black cartridge. Oh my god. So we're gonna do that right now. So let's go to the printer. Real simple, nothing difficult. It ain't no rocket science. So first let me just open this up. I'm not going to switch to black because it is telling me to just switch to black. Thing I don't like about these ones. There we go. And that's it. Simple as that. You can tell the black full. So let's do a test print. Now this isn't necessary, but I like doing it because since I did switch the cartridge, I don't like it being there. I want you to soak out the ink. it tells me to switch the cyan, I will switch it, but if it doesn't, I'll just leave it like that. I mean the magenta, not the cyan. Oh, I don't have t-shirt. Oh my god. Oh god. So we're good. So amigos, so that's how you switch your Canon ink cartridge to a third-party one. Real simple. You just open your printer, take out the old one, and place in the new one. And as you saw, I didn't have any issues for the printer recognizing the ink cartridge. I guess in some other printers you do face that troubleshooting where you put in a third party and they won't print because it does not recognize it. But on this one, as you saw, I put it on and I did a test print and printed with no problems at all. But there was this one time where I switched the password to my Wi-Fi, and since this is a Wi-Fi printer, I guess it disconnected, and I was trying to figure out how to do it, and I just couldn't set it up and actually plug it in directly with the USB cable. And I tried to run a troubleshoot, but I tried to do its own test print using the Canon. The software it downloads when you connect it, when you install a printer. And right there it did say cannot print because Canon does not recognize this ink cartridge. This ink cartridge, can't even pronounce it. But yeah, you know what I mean. It wouldn't print it, but I just ignored that. But I ended up just reinstalling my printer all over again, connected it to the Wi-Fi, did a test print, no issues at all. And again, you can find these ink cartridges on Amazon. I'll leave the link below. It's a pack of 30, and I can't remember exactly the price, but it was like around 600 pesos, somewhere between there. And yeah, they're gonna be coming real handy, man. This was actually the second one I installed from this, so by the time I run out of these, it's gonna be, I don't know, it's gonna last me a long time to actually run out of these ones. But when I do, I did also buy these ones. These are empty ones. I ordered these off of eBay, and they were like around 200 pesos. And these ones, you fill it with your own ink. That way, you know, you can buy those ink bottles and probably be cheaper. So it's gonna take a long time for me to actually test these out, but you know. Okay, so we're finally done. And again, I apologize if I keep jumping like this or this and this, because again, I was like at the beginning I was gonna film just printing the films, but then it occurred to me, you know, let me do a video about changing the ink. But since the ink was holding up, I printed the transfers. There was still ink on my printer. I decided to just print the films. And when I was about to do the printing the films, that's when I remember about the idea of comparing the the Illustrator with Photoshop, which one prints darker. So I started doing that. Then finally the ink did start running low, so I decided to actually do the ink cartridge. How to switch it on your printer, because since I saw like it kept holding up, I decided not to do it because I still have ink on there. But after I was done printing the films, the error finally came out that it's time to switch your ink, so finally did that. So yeah, so I apologize if it's kind of confusing, but anyways, I'm just happy I'm done with. But anyways, I'm just happy that I'm done filming. So again, I got those films ready. I was actually gonna coat them today. I was actually gonna coat my screens and try to burn them, but printing these films and printing those transfers, doing the, you know, the Illustrator versus Photoshop, how to switch your ink. I basically ran out of time. I don't have time, man. It's already getting late, so I'm gonna end it right now. So, man, I need to learn how to write scripts because I'm basically just improvising this as I go. So yeah, so tomorrow I ain't gonna coat these screens. I actually mixed up the emulsion, preparing new emulsion today. Tomorrow I'm gonna coat the screens. I also have another package arriving because again, Fernando Cinta, they told me there's another package on the way, and I'm waiting for that to arrive. So I'll probably end up doing an unboxing on that if it comes tomorrow. If not, then probably another day. And what else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I don't know. I'm just gonna end it right here because it is gonna give me a big headache when I edit this right now. So I'll see you guys next time, amigos.